Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the City of Warrenville City Council regular meeting for October 15th, 2018. May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Ashour,
Here.
Alderman Bevere,
Here.
Alderman Davalos,
Here.
Alderman Goodman,
Here.
Alderman Hoffman,
Here.
Alderman Widener,
Here.
Alderman Wilson,
Here.
and Alderman Berry is excused.
Thank you, Josie. Would you please stand as you're able and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start our evening's business, I have a proclamation for DuPage Arts in DuPage, October 2018. Whereas the arts, culture, and humanities are the embodiment of all things beautiful and entertaining in the world, the enduring record of human achievement. And whereas the arts, culture, and humanities enhance every aspect of life in Warrenville, improving our economy, enriching our civic life, driving tourism, and exerting a profound positive influence on the education of our children. And whereas arts education research shows that the arts help to foster discipline, creativity, imagination, self-expression, and problem-solving skills while also helping to develop a heightened appreciation of beauty and cross-cultural understanding. And whereas we use the humanities, history, literature, philosophy to explore what it means to be human, and whereas the arts, culture, and humanities play a unique and intrinsically valuable role in the lives of our families in our country, and whereas the month of October has been recognized as Arts DuPage Month by Arts DuPage and the arts and cultural organizations in all the communities within DuPage County, therefore I, David L. Brummel, Mayor of the City of Warrenville, do hereby proclaim October 2018 as Arts DuPage Month and call upon all citizens to celebrate and promote the arts and culture in DuPage County. Okay, we'll move then to citizens' comments for this evening. We have two people who have signed up, Bob Siebert and Mike Bear. So please come to the podium in that order and say your piece.
Bob Siebert, Albright Court. A clear majority of American adults would prefer to stay in their current homes as long as possible. A new AARP survey of adults age 50 and over states that 77% agree with this. However, only 46% believe that it will be possible. The problem, property taxes. City of Warrenville's economic development plan includes high-density residential properties in TIF districts. This raises property taxes on the existing taxpayers. The City of Warrenville also is reducing business zoning to high-density residential zoning. This also raises property taxes on existing taxpayers. City of Warrenville's tax levy procedure on capturing new development 100% raises taxes on existing taxpayers. So the individuals who built the City of Warrenville from pre-Cantera to today are being forced out because the City of Warrenville does not have a plan on how to lower taxes. In 2006, the City Council, of which there are a few people that were on that council, stated that they would lower property taxes if the citizens voted in home rule. When the home rule sales tax, where there was a deficit of $600,000, became positive. However, the memories are very short, and you have not looked at lowering property taxes. So you will lose the individuals in the community being forced out. And I tell you, these are not the people that are calling the police, creating problems, shooting at buildings, fighting with each other, stealing. These are the people that are the builders of Warrenville.
Thank you, Bob.
Hi, my name is Mike Bear. I live at 29 West, 420 Town Line Road, Warrenville, not Apartmentville, by the way. I read this week the hometown happenings. I don't know if everybody got a copy of that. I was truly infuriated by what I read. After what me and many residents fought hard against, including half the aldermen here, against 1,009 apartments. The mayor's column was all about apartments. The column said the word apartments 8 times, and it's 1.5 of the 4 pages, which, by the way, is almost 40% of the paper designated just for the mayor's column. I mean, come on, really? How is it that we don't get to print what we, the people, opinion on the matter? It's using our own tax dollars against us by promoting someone else's agenda. I verified these numbers from your staff this week, that as now the city spends $19,905 per year on printing the paper and $13,400 per year just on postage. That's $33,350 per year we're spending on this paper. We're paying a minimum of $2,779 per month for this, and the mayor's column took up, again, 40% of this. This also does not include the costs for writing and editing that are all done, I was told was all done by the staff internally, so it's actually costing us way more than this. So I'm wondering if the person who writes the mayor's column plans on paying for his own newspaper or reimbursing the taxpayers for pushing his own agenda against the will of the people. This article was a slap in the face to the residents who oppose these projects. So instead, I propose removing the mayor's column portion and letting local businesses advertise in it. This solves 2 problems: eliminating the cost and saving the taxpayer the $33,350 per year, plus all the internal costs, and it helps local businesses grow and prosper. And by removing the mayor's column, this evens the playing field and does not promote one person's agenda over the other. So my question is, and I don't know who I would talk to about this, but how can we eliminate the mayor's column, and does it need to be voted on? I don't know how that goes. Who would I talk to or email about that? If someone could let me know that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. We will move on then to official and staff comments. One thing tonight, a reminder that the Warrenville Historical Society on Thursday, October 18th, that's this week at 7 p.m., there's a lecture and a question session with local archaeologist Dale F. Simpson, Jr., 7 p.m. at the Warrenville Public Library. Dale will detail the latest published information from his PhD work on Easter Island. Very interesting stuff. Dale is a 1996 graduate of Wheaton-Warrenville South High School, and he grew up in Warrenville. He studied all around the world. Pretty interesting guy, done some very interesting work, and he's coming here to tell us all about it. So again, Thursday, October 18th, 7 p.m. at the library. and learn something about the archaeology and what Dale's been doing. Very interesting things. That's all I have for this evening. Nothing. Clerk, anything? Okay. Treasurer? Alderman Goodman.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know that I voted today. Early voting is now open. Please don't forget to vote. Take the time in case you might run out of time later, or wait and vote on Election Day, whatever you prefer, but vote.
Thank you for the reminder. Anyone else? Alderman Hoffman?
I also early voted today. People need to get out and vote. They need to, if they ever want anything changed, the only way it's going to get changed is by getting out and voting. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Davalos?
Thank you. Yeah, can we mention to everybody where they can vote? I know they can go to the county complex, but I don't know exactly, to be honest, when the other voting place is open. So I think somebody up here probably does.
Alderman Goodman does.
Yes, until October 22nd, you can only vote at the Election Commission offices, which I believe is 421 County Farm Road in Wheaton. They have all the whole county voting ballots there. And then starting on October 22nd, it will expand to several places, the closest of which here are the Naperville City Hall, the Election Commission offices, which are in Wheaton, and several malls around the county, including the Fox Valley Mall.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, City Administrator.
I have nothing to add tonight, thank you.
Thank you, John, and City Attorney.
Nothing to add, thank you.
Barb, we have the agenda for this evening. Alderman Widener.
I move to approve the agenda for the October 15th, 2018 City Council regular meeting.
Second.
Second by Alderman Bevere. Any comments or questions or changes to the agenda? Alderman Bevere?
Oh, so you guys
Yeah, I'd like to remove 6E like in Echo.
Agreed.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other changes? Okay, then, all in favor of the amended agenda for this evening, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Several sets of minutes need approval also. Alderman Widener?
I move to approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2018 City Council regular meeting, to approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2018 closed sessions 1 and 2, and to approve the minutes of the October 8th, 2018 Public Works and Infrastructure Committee of the Whole regular meeting.
Second.
Second by Alderman Bevere. Any discussion of those minutes? Again, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The minutes are approved. The consent agenda for this evening. Item 6A, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02018-48, amending the city code in regards to solicitors and peddlers. B, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02018-49, amending section 1-8-4 of the city code, raising the expenditure threshold requiring formal bid letting to $25,000. C, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02018-50, waiving formal bidding requirements, approving the purchase of a skid steer loader from Atlas Bobcat LLC, and authorizing the disposal of surplus city personal property. D, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and pass resolution R2018-46 in support of the city's Safe Routes to School grant application. F, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and approve the revised council sponsorship guidelines and the council sponsorship application form. G, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and approve the Warrenville and Bloom request to have city public works staff hang and remove up to a maximum of 104 flower baskets in FY 2020, with reimbursement of the city's cost to be withheld from the Warrenville and Bloom Hotel grant. H, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and approve an amendment to the agreement with the Baycor Group for business process consulting services for a not-to-exceed amount of $13,970. I, receive and file minutes of the Bicyclist and Pedestrian Advisory Commission regular meeting held on September 11th, 2018. J, receive and file draft minutes of the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting held on October 4th, 2018. K, receive and file report of invoices paid up to October 10th, 2018 in the amount of $38,068.68. L, authorize expenditures for invoices due on or before November 5th, 2018 in the amount of $954,277.42. And M, receive and file report of debit card expenditures for the month of September 2018 in the amount of $10,026.88. Alderman Widener?
Move to approve the agenda as presented by Mayor David Brummel.
Second.
Second again by Alderman Bevere. May I have a roll call, please?
Aye.
Alderman Bevere,
Aye.
Alderman Davalos,
Aye.
Alderman Goodman,
Aye.
Alderman Hoffman,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye. Thank you, Josie. We'll return to item 6E. Would someone like to make that motion? Alderman Bevere? Remember, if you're going to vote against it, you don't want to make the motion.
No.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Public Safety and Finance Committee recommendation and pass Resolution R 2018-47, supporting a reduction in the production of and use of fossil fuels.
Second.
I was asked to take this off, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just so we could vote.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Alderman Ashower?
I asked them to pull this only because it's, I don't know how to put it exactly. I agree with some of the goals, but it's light in facts and heavy in opinion. So I don't support it.
Okay. Anyone else?
And
I'm
it's,
sorry.
the irony is not lost on me that we also have upcoming approval of 2 gas stations in the backup for the Planning Commission.
Okay, Alderman Goodman?
I just want to reiterate how important I think this issue is, how urgent I think it is for there to be action, especially at a national level. And I want to reiterate what I've said in the past, which is to thank very much Laura Huell, who came forward with this action for her initiative.
Okay, Alderman Widener?
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that this is a citizen-inspired effort, and that the council reviewed this. I think this is the 3rd time we're approaching this issue, so any light facts or opinions could have been, removed or adjusted and edited to any alderman's satisfaction. And I guess the irony of gas stations is that over my lifetime, I've seen the amount of lead in gas being reduced, and things like ethanol and other methods that actually improve the environment as a result of citizens being inspired and talking about clean air and clean water. There has been changes. So even though there are 2 gas stations going in, I think in the recent years we've worked hard to eliminate the damage caused by the exhausts and the petroleum that is mixed to the benefit of the environment, and hopefully in the future we'll continue to see improvements to that. But I think sometimes it helps for citizens to push things along and express to our government officials that in state and federal locations that these things are very, very important to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Wilson?
Yes, I just like to say a couple things. And one, I don't agree with all of the facts or so-called facts in it. I question some of the comments made. I won't go into a dissertation on it, but I just don't believe that all of the things that here are happening. Sure, the climate has changed, we know that. Nobody can deny that the climate has changed. In fact, I think I remember reading in the 5th grade that where we sit today used to be a glacier. So it melted over the period of years. So I do believe in climate change. But also I think that this is another instance of just words. And I believe actions speak louder than words. And we would make a much more important impression upon the Senate or the House in Illinois and or the federal government if we actually did something. Now, I know for fiscal year 2018, it was suggested early that we undertake a solar project, or at least look at it. And we didn't do that in fiscal year 2018. It wasn't the priority. There were many other things on the table. I appreciate that. Also for fiscal year 2019, it's no longer on there as a priority list. And I think that if we want to say anything, let's say it by our actions and not by words that ring hollow in the halls of the governments. So I'm looking forward to the discussion of fiscal year 2020, where we can look at the solar program here in the city of Warrenville and demonstrate our true belief in needing to have change. And I hope that we will get a more positive response in 2020. So I will be voting against this. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Anyone else? Alderman, yeah, Davalos. Senior moment.
I'm making an interesting impression here. Yeah, I will be voting yes on this. I think one thing to point out for those that are out there listening perhaps and have not actually read this proclamation or declaration, we do talk a lot about a lot of climate change and other topics in here. But one thing, the third point in this is a little bit different. I don't always see it. It's about the economic incentives of doing this. And we aren't specific because, of course, it will be the federal government or the state government that probably makes those decisions. But I think we are saying that if some of these things are going to work, we are going to have to incentivize people. Just like we don't charge to recycle, and you buy a really gas-efficient car and you save money. So it always comes down often in motivating people that there is an economic incentive to this. So I'm glad to see it mentioned as one of the points, because it's a little different. You don't always see it. So thank you.
Okay, Alderman Goodman.
I suppose just to conclude, when you're talking about showing that we're good stewards of the environment by our actions, I think the recent list that was made by staff about the progress that the city has made on our climate action plan is an excellent example of how Warrenville is leading by doing, about how our actions do speak louder than our words. And we do try to be, in many ways, a very green community. We could always do better. I would love to see that. I think discussion of solar projects is overdue and would be a great step here in Warrenville. And I don't think that just because we're also proposing political action by our representatives, that means in any way we're not also taking action here at the local level. But the action that we take at the local level is to some degree limited. And we can have influence by being persuasive as well as by being an example. I would like to do both. So that's why I appreciate the citizens who brought forward this resolution. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Ashour.
Nay.
Alderman Vivier.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Goodman.
Aye.
Alderman Hoffman.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Nay.
Motion
Motion
carries. Okay, we have nothing under regular agenda, nothing under unfinished business. No new business on the list here. No closed session required this evening. We do need one more motion, however. Alderman Widener.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you for your attention this evening.